Kidnapping in Mexico has been a prevalent problem in the news for many years. According to reports, kidnapping is widespread in Mexico, and Americans are not exempt from this danger. In this video essay, we will explore the topic of Americans kidnapped in Mexico and the alarming rate of such incidents. Mexico is a beautiful country with a rich culture, but it is also known for its high crime rates, particularly kidnapping. According to a report by the Mexican government, there were over 1,400 reported kidnappings in Mexico in 2020, with many more going unreported. The 4 recently kidnapped Americans in Mexico are a tragic example of this phenomenon. Unfortunately, their story did not have a happy ending. The 4 Americans were found dead in Mexico, and their deaths were a sobering reminder of the danger that tourists and expatriates face in Mexico. This incident is not an isolated one. Americans have been kidnapped in Mexico before, and many have lost their lives. In 2019, there were reports of 2 American citizens being kidnapped in Mexico, and their whereabouts are still unknown. In 2018, an American family was abducted in Tamaulipas, and only one family member survived. The reasons for kidnapping in Mexico are complex and varied. Some kidnappings are carried out by criminal organizations seeking ransom, while others are politically motivated. The kidnappers often seek to intimidate and terrorize the victim and their families. The Mexican government has taken steps to address the kidnapping problem in Mexico, but it remains a significant challenge. The government has increased the number of security forces in areas where kidnappings are common, and it has also implemented new laws and regulations to combat the problem. However, more must be done to ensure the safety of tourists and expatriates in Mexico. The recent deaths of 4 Americans in Mexico are a tragic reminder of the dangers that tourists and expatriates face in this country. To mitigate these risks, travelers should exercise caution when traveling in Mexico, particularly in areas with high crime rates. They should also register with the U.S. Embassy or Consulate in Mexico to be contacted in an emergency. In conclusion, the issue of Americans being kidnapped in Mexico is a serious concern that demands attention. The Mexican government must take more action to address the kidnapping problem. The international community must continue to pressure Mexico to make changes to protect the safety of Americans and other visitors to this beautiful country. We can work towards a safer Mexico for all with increased awareness, caution, and government action.